Hello and greetings. This is Master Sio coming to you from the Hawaiian Center for Spiritual Living in Pasadena, California. Thank you for joining us for our powerful healing meditation. Today I'd like to touch briefly on happiness. This is referred to in the United States Constitution in the phrase, the pursuit of happiness. Happiness, though, need not be pursued. It is entirely possible for happiness to just come to you. The reason for this is that we are actually all born happy. We are produced as happy little teddy bears from the very beginning of our existence. However, from infant time onwards, our five senses and our upbringing leads us kind of off course, so that we seek happiness outside of ourselves instead of developing it in our own heart and in our own existence. If we, say, are thirsty, we can go and get ourselves a glass of water, or we can tell our significant other or a child to fetch you a glass of water, and if they refuse, this kind of gives rise to a form of anger or resentment as compared to getting up and getting it yourself. Or if you were to wish to have the same automobile as your neighbor who drives a Mercedes, and you only drive a bicycle or you walk everywhere, by yearning to have the same thing or keep up with the Joneses to also drive a Mercedes, you become very unhappy with your bicycle and the fact that you are walking. This is because our society has placed too much emphasis on material things instead of, let us say, inner happiness or being in touch with our real self, which is a very joyful spirit. So as we grow, we hear about great things being done by somebody else. We hear or we go to a banquet and think that that's how other people eat all the time, and we want to create a banquet for ourselves, which, by the way, could easily lead to obesity, a subject for another day's talk. But in any event, as I mentioned about the yearning to have the same thing, the same Mercedes as your neighbor, you forget that there is joy to be obtained in riding a bicycle. You become more fit. Same with walking. It is a blessing in disguise. So I urge ourselves to be mindful at all times of the hidden benefit or the silver lining in our circumstances. We have all come across people who are relatively in poverty and have been surprised to see that they are extremely happy. They smile all the time, they jump around joyfully and play little simple games, something like my cat spending hours playing happily with a ball of cotton or something. and a dog running back and forth fetching a ball and being extremely happy with that simple chore. So the riches of the material world don't always translate to happiness. We can see this also very readily by people from some of our illustrious organizations who are or have been married for, say, 5 or 6 times, and with each spouse they find not just joy but extreme unhappiness, and they change spouses and they run into the same difficulties, and so in their mind they think, okay, if I marry that one, I know it's the 3rd time, but maybe he or she is going to make me happy. This is not so. You make your own happiness, regardless of how much money you have or how little money you have, where you live, what religion you belong to. Everybody generates their own happiness. Now, this also applies to healing ourselves, which is the primary reason that you and I are here. I'll give you a tiny illustration. Some 20 or 25 years ago, I was living in Miami. Today, I am in Los Angeles, California, in the US, but at that time I was in Miami. And one of my clients was a very depressed lady who always seemed to be unhappy, to think that she couldn't get rid of her grief, wherever that emanated from or originated from. And I had a hard time working with her. But in any event, one day, I think this is after our 3rd session, I felt, after working with thousands and thousands of similar clients, that profound change was occurring inside herself. However, she didn't see this. She was still inundated with her own sad background. And so I told her at the end of that particular session that I feel that there's a profound shift occurring in you, and that you have turned the corner toward better times. She was sort of very nonchalant about my observation, and when we were done, I texted her that she had gone into a very deep healing zone, and I felt that she could feel some kind of detox effect the next day or the next 2 days, but to just drink lots of water, and that it would be a good sign of her recovering or becoming more happy in her life, and that it's a normal part of progress. The next morning she wrote me a very lengthy letter or email saying that she was totally devastated by the same grief, and she said, whatever we did, it has made me extremely worse. I had sort of predicted this for her, that it would be a form of detoxifying her body energetically. And she said, I am so sorry that I came to see you, and I guess yesterday was our last session. I took this with a grain of salt, par for the course, and said, okay, c'est la vie, you can't win 100% of any effort or any endeavor in your life. A few days went by, maybe 3 or 4 days, and she wrote to me again and said, "Dear Master CEO, I am so sorry that I sent you that last email. I feel quite horrible right now because I am extremely, profoundly happy." I'm like a 19-year-old again. The world is my oyster. I don't know how to tell you about the immense joy that I've been feeling over the last couple of days. I was kind of a bit flabbergasted by this sudden turn of events, and I had told her in my initial communication that all healing, let me see, no, when she, yes, I had told her on my morning after follow-up that she would feel these toxic symptoms and would think that maybe she was getting worse, when in fact it was a powerful sign of progress. And I had told her that ultimately the healing was done by herself. Now she found that initial communication and said, "Yes, I have accepted that I found that I did the healing myself." Aha! So this is to say that all progress in life, including being happy, is first generated in your spirit. As the great scientist Nikola Tesla once said, that almost all disease originates in the spirit. Therefore, the cure for most diseases lies in the spirit. That is a paraphrase of Nikola Tesla, one of his great statements. So here today we are reaching into your spirit to try and ameliorate or improve the way that you feel about yourself. You are basically a spirit being, and once you begin to heal your injured spirit, all of us have an injured spirit due to many, many influences, including quite often our parents. But though that is not an excuse to blame everybody else. Of course, we all suffer from outside influences, but we can also improve ourselves by observing things outside of ourselves. So this lady, by suddenly realizing from what I said that the healing depended on her, not me. I was merely an assistant to her healing herself. Once she realized that, boom, she became happy, like she had a little joyful rocket or something. She was just completely transformed. She followed up by saying, "I'm now so happy that tomorrow I am catching a plane to Puerto Rico. I'm going on vacation. After Puerto Rico, I am off to Mazatlan in Mexico." So sometimes when you have the magic of belief, your life will become much more joyful. You can use that joy to assist you in your journey towards more abundance by accepting the current circumstances while still striving for a better future. If it is material abundance you want, it's helpful if you accept your condition now And just be happy about that while you are striving for something better. And so, by telling you this story, I hope that you accept more readily that if you want things to happen, it's up to you. You have to change yourself. You have to start little projects yourself. Don't always wait for somebody else to give you the impetus to start a more joyful life full of wonderful things that sometimes unexpectedly land in your lap. So, all of this, of course, is based on information, or the exchange of information. As you are listening to the sound of my voice right now, for example, and you're looking into my facial area, you and I are communicating in the most profound way through these little invisible or tiniest particles of light known as photons or biophotons, since we are live sentient beings. As you hear me and as I look at you, we have this two-way exchange of biophotons. And these biophotons and the message that they carry are embedded even in video form forever, so that should you revisit this meditation in the future, the biophotons emanating from my eyes into you will still be there. So I urge you to watch this powerful meditation video as often as you can, if you can't finish watching it today. In a little while, I'm going to be going into a silent mode while I also read for you some powerful, positive affirmations. Today happens to be the first day of the year 2021. So by getting these affirmations past your monkey mind, past your thinking mind, into your subconscious, merely through your listening, they will help you to propel yourself forward into a much more abundant life at all levels, whatever abundant life means to you. So please just look at my eyes when I ask you, or if you wish to close your eyes, you just listen to the sound of my voice and the affirmations. Incidentally, as you feel more relaxed and absorb the high frequencies that I'm transmitting to you, you can say once only, quietly in your mind, this healing is extended to automatically include, and then fill in the blank, maybe your mom, brother or sister, neighbor, your pet. Try to keep it to one or two people or things, and they shall also be included. Now I will go into a quiet mode as you look deeply into my eyes and listen to some powerful affirmations to improve your life. I see the good in everyone, my family, my relatives and friends, and everyone I work with. Every single day, I see the good in everything and everybody. I am full of positive energy. I am full of positive energy. I am happy with who I am. I am happy with who I am. I have a great life. I have a great life. Other people are drawn to me because I am so full of life and full of joy. Other people are drawn to me because I am so full of happiness and full of life. I am starting to feel much happier. I am starting to feel much happier. Others are beginning to notice how happy and positive I am. Others are beginning to notice how happy and positive I am. I am becoming more healthy every day. I am becoming more healthy every day. Healing takes place for me every single day. Healing takes place for me every single day. I will be thankful for each day of my life. I will be thankful for each day of my life. I will become happy and spread positive energy to others. I will become happy and spread positive energy to others. I am finding that I feel joyful on a daily basis. I am finding that I feel joyful on a daily basis. I will always be optimistic and have a positive outlook. I will always be optimistic and have a positive outlook. I will always see the bright side of life, especially in difficult situations. I see the good in everyone, my family, my relatives and friends, and everyone I work with. Every single day, I see the good in everything and everybody. I am full of positive energy. Now, please gently open your eyes. Please gently open your eyes. And as you do so, don't you notice how much brighter the room is, how much more vivid the colors are? This is because you have been healing yourself physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. You are actually the most powerful healer for yourself. You will notice in the next few days that everything looks hunky-dory for you, that you enjoy your life. May you continue to enjoy the rest of 2021 and your entire life full of abundance in all forms. Please stay with us if you can. Our celebration service begins momentarily, led by our senior minister here at Hawaiian, the Reverend Scott Olson. This is Master CO. Thank you.
Oh, Master CO, thank you so much once again for coming and doing this healing meditation. I loved your story about your client, and I always feel your meditation. So thank you again for being here. And for those of you out there who have joined us today, I'm wondering if you would be willing to share a little bit with Ahaya here in this new year. And by the way, Happy New Year. And maybe a few dollars, maybe $5. And there are 3 ways that you can contribute that are showing on your screen right now. One of them is to go to ahaya.com/donate and choose the way that you want to do it online. Or you can text to give at 616-229-2225. Or we always love checks, so you can always mail us a check, and it's mail it to Ahaya at 150 North El Molino Avenue, Pasadena, California, 91101. However you do that, know that you're supporting Ahaya, you're supporting Master CO being part of our service, and you're supporting all the good work that we're doing, so we appreciate it. And so we're going to start our Sunday celebration in just a few moments. I would love to have you join in with that. We'll be having a good time. I'll see you.